Yearman. Big weekend of sport. Magoo Sports News recording live from Brussels. I'm gonna go through what happened, so hold tight. So, like I said, a big weekend of sport. Let me quickly go through the headlines. Well, Arsenal got their season underway with a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Swansea. So they're off the mark on 4 points now. Both Manchesters again smashed a truckload of goals past their opponents, so they maintain their 100% records. Fernando Torres was left out of the Chelsea squad because apparently he said in a Spanish newspaper that the midfield at Chelsea's too fat and slow, and that's why he's not scoring goals. Always an excuse for that guy, but he's just crap. £50 million as well, what a waste of money. Anyway, Chelsea did manage to beat Sunderland, so it was some consolation. And Liverpool got beaten by Stoke 1-0 away. Not too much of a shock because Stoke are actually a very good team now. Spent wisely, good manager, not too bad. So moving on into the Rugby League, and it was the final weekend of the regular season, and unfortunately I am very sad because Castleford got beaten by Hull KR. The game itself, I mean, it was topsy-turvy. Hull KR went ahead, Castleford came back. I mean, realistically, they just needed a bit more steel and they would have won the game and gone through. I mean, they only lost by 2 points, so still, it was a short ending to a season for Castleford when they thought they might be in the playoffs. But then again, to be fair, if they'd have got through the playoffs, they'd have probably got beaten anyway. So, that was the Rugby League, and basically Warrington won their last game, so they were crowned champions, and they go through to the playoffs as winners of the regular season. Anyway, moving on again, into the tennis. Well, basically Andy Murray got through his 4th round as quarterfinals and his semi-final, sorry, he got beaten in the semi-final by, guess who? His old nemesis, Rafa Nadal. That's the 3rd time in Grand Slams this year he's been beaten in the semi-finals by Nadal. To be fair, Nadal is just way better. He just has to accept it. So Novak Djokovic also went through. He plays Nadal in the US Open final. So moving on into the cricket, and England won their 3rd one-day international. They drew the 4th one-day international, which means they win the series. 3 wins now basically is enough to win it. In the Rugby World Cup, wow, the tournament is set alight. England scraped a narrow victory over Argentina. They were looking so awful, to be honest. They realistically had to bring on Youngs, and he scored a great try to win the match, but to be honest, they were far from their best. Scotland struggled against Romania but came through with a victory. Ireland pretty much the same against the USA. Neither team convincing. They'll have to improve a lot if they're going to really challenge. The best match of the weekend by far was Wales-South Africa. Wales realistically should have won. They had so much possession. They were beating South Africa up. They were almost scoring tries, but South Africa's defence was just so stern. But they lost the match 17-16. Bit of a shame, but not too bad. Looking good for Wales. If they can keep up that sort of form, they could go a long way. Maybe even with a bit of luck win it. Who knows? Australia humped Italy, and France also had a convincing win over Japan, and that was the Rugby World Cup. In the Formula 1, and Vettel won again. He's now 112 points clear with a possible 150 left, so he's pretty much won, which is what I've been saying since, wait a minute, the 2nd race. And that is essentially what happened at the weekend. Great weekend of sport. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though I was in Brussels, it was great. So what have we got coming up this week, folks? Well, quite a lot actually. Tonight is the US Open final. Rafa Nadal versus Novak Djokovic. Same as last year, but Rafa Nadal beat Djokovic. But Djokovic has won the last 5 meetings between the players, so it should be a great match. 9 PM tonight. Champions League returns. It's the group stages. Dortmund versus Arsenal and Chelsea Bayern Leverkusen. That's Tuesday night, 7:45. Should be good. Benfica versus Man United and Man City versus Napoli. Wednesday night, 7:45. Can both Manchesters replicate the form they've been doing in the Premier League? Then Thursday night, Europa League. some good fixtures there. Watch out for it if you can be bothered. Rugby World Cup continues, obviously. Wednesday we've got Scotland versus Georgia. There's another couple of games, but not really worth watching. That's at 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday. And then New Zealand versus Japan, the All Blacks' second game. That's at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So watch out for those, that's going to be fantastic. And essentially, folks, that is all we've got coming up this week. So folks, the fantasy football. What a great weekend for the fantasy football. Basically, if I'd have kept Aguero in my team, I would have done so much better. But I thought, Aguero, Eden Dzeko, who's going to do better? Of course, Eden Dzeko I kept, and he doesn't even bloody well play. So anyway, never mind, still did not too shabby. Got a couple of players playing tonight, so they'll have to do well if I'm to catch the reluctant 11. The table looks like this. Boom, there you go. And as you can see from the table, the top scorer, so far should I say, is Inverness Castleford United, which scored 141 points, so good on you, big score there. If you're going to get scores like that, then you could be the top of the table in no time. Closely followed by the reluctant 11, who extends his lead at the top. He's doing well, and Locomotive Tutors seem to be getting up ahead of steam. And Daisy's dad's dream are off the bottom to be replaced by the Godfellas. So, great week of fantasy football. Just want to say as well, sunshine on Leaf. You ain't smiling now, hey? Ha ha ha. So folks, that's all for this week. I'm not going to have a show on Friday because I'm going to be travelling. I'm not going to be at a place where I can record the show, so it's going to be another week before my show comes on. Not that many people watch it anyway. I think there's only one recently, so to my fan out there that watches my show, thanks for watching. See you on Monday. Cheers, bye.